now ready to bring you some basketball action. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson. In Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. You take a look at the Celtics.
And given the nature of the rivalry between these teams, expect emotions to be running high. Both teams have to feel a little on edge right now.
And who doesn't love this stuff? Two teams that have beef. Look, the stakes are a little bit higher, and it should make this a very interesting matchup.
Outside Giddey. Fires in the triple. When it comes to these two teams, Grant, you have to expect they'll be relying on their front court to get it done here.
Yeah, I think that's right, B.A. It should be an old-fashioned battle amongst the bigs. And whoever gets the edge in that matchup, I think gets the W. But we'll see.
Now here's Giddey. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
Oh, deflected. White with the steal. And George with some nice D.
Uncharacteristic, but that's a bucket he'll convert 90% of the time.
Here's Edgecombe. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Yeah, I like when Edgecombe is aggressive like this inside because he's very skilled at converting from there.
Pass to Maxey. The teardrop. And it's Giddey with a rebound. And it's Giddey with a ball for Boston. Well, the rise of Tyrese Maxey has been fun. What do you think makes him such an exciting player, RJ?
Oh, it's his speed and tenacity for sure. He might be the quickest guard in the league right now. And in addition, he's also become an absolute knockdown shooter.
Here's Maxey, following the bucket by the Celtics. Queta pulls it in.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
The kick out to White. Pass to Giddey. Tatum looking it over. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. I brought up Tyrese Maxey and I asked him what makes him so hard to guard. He said, quote, to put things simply, his speed and his decision making. He's one of the fastest guys in the game and also picks smart shots to take. That combination is lethal. We'll see how his defense fares against Maxey tonight. Back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. So it's Philadelphia now, following the bucket by Boston. Out to Oubre. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Outside Giddey. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Giddey's got 7.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Up top, Maxey. Still without a bucket. Pass to Gay. Here's Edgecombe. Giddey defends. Edgecombe, no good. Here are the Celtics with the ball. Big run right now for them, 11-2. Well, Richard, the Sixers with a lot of money tied up in Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, and Joel Embiid.
Ooh, that's not a lot of flexibility. They need those guys to be healthy and contributing. The talent is there, but it also has to be about the availability.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Inside. Here's Gay. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Boston leading by 11. Here's Brown. And the jam by Brown.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. A minute 20 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to George. And the shot goes in.
And George is great at finishing around the rim. We don't see that in a lot of wings these days.
And so it's Pritchard with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Pass to Garza. Lets it go from deep. Gay with a rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Celtics.
I'm not sure what happened there. You just can't give away possessions in this league.
And here are the Celtics. They're on a 15-4 run. Here's Brogdon. And Pritchard, here we go. Rebound by Philadelphia. 19 seconds left to play in the first. George feels it out a bit. Pass to Grimes. And so it's Boston. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. Back to the game after this break. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Celtics.
So far, they've shown a terrific work ethic in transition, pushing the pace whenever possible and getting out ahead of the defense to score.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
Here's Embiid. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. Embiid's got his first 2 points of the night.
In the mid-range, Embiid is pretty confident. He goes right up and drains that jump shot with ease.
3 on 3. Wide open. Plumlee pulls down the board.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thank you. Well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum said JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Brian?
A dangerous duo. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Oh, Embiid with the flush.
Oh, what a dunk by Embiid. He's just doing big man things the way big man should.
And Pritchard, here we go. Comes up empty down low.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
Floats one up. Here's Gay. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul of the game. And Philadelphia making a change here.
Philadelphia substitution.
For three, Dinwiddie. Plumlee pulls down the board. Celtics lead by 10. Pass to Garza. Now Pritchard. 4-3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Backing up that last three with another three. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Here's Gay. Hauser grabs the board. Pass to Garza. And stolen by Edwards. Gay. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And a lot of spot-up shooters now, adding a one-dribble pull-up three to the repertoire.
Yeah, when you have defenders selling out to contest that catch and shoot, you got to reload, relocate, and let it fly. It's a valuable counter for those long-distance specialists.
And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for Boston. This is the most they've led, 13 points. Pass to Garza. Paul George pulls down the board.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Pritchard, no good. 76ers trail by 11. Here's Maxey. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
Pass to Hauser. Three-pointer. Rebound by Philadelphia. In a lot of ways, Paul George has been the prototype of the modern swingman.
Yeah, 6'8", and with his versatile skill set, plug and play on any team. But health has been a challenge as of late. Now in his mid-30s, can he maintain that elite level?
Here's Pritchard. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Deflects the pass. Oh, stolen by Embiid. And here's Maxey outside. And Pritchard pulls it down.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Outside for Brogdon. Hauser outside. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Edgecombe, no good. And he knocks it down. He's 3 of 5 now from the floor.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Left side, Brogdon. Pass to Garza. Shoots over George. The shot by Garza, no good.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon. It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Here's Giddey. 7 points in the game. Here's Keita.
Sixers foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
32 seconds left to play in the half. Boston again missing. The Sixers trailing. To the paint. Here's George. No good. That would have tied it. And here's Boston. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Boston shooting their first free throws of the evening. And the first one at the line is good.
Brown, now an elite scorer in this league, really does it all.
11 seconds left in the first half. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George.
And that's a foolish pass. Plain and simple.
9 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. He got it up. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's the Celtics up by 4. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You know, for a team that's had deep playoff runs almost every year recently, the Celtics fell short last season, RJ.
Well, injuries and other factors played into that, but there's so much parity in the NBA right now. There is no team invincible come playoff time.
I like the way Tatum can sliver around to get his shot.
Pass to Oubre. Brown with some nice D. Celtics lead by 4. Here's Giddey. And the shot goes down. Giddey's got 9.
How about Giddey just flicking it in? I mean, that's not an easy shot.
Into the lane. And he goes in for the dunk.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
George outside. Jaylen Brown with a rebound. Giddey into the lane. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
You're pushing the pace. Giddey using some speed to get his shot.
Here's head coach. Give him 8 points now. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. That one on White. The Celtics making a switch here. So far, Grant, we've seen some encouraging intangibles from VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, you know, he reminds me of Victor Oladipo or even a Dwayne Wade physically. Just an explosive athlete. And I love the way he uses that strength and quickness at the defensive end of the floor.
And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul of the game. From deep, Giddey nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
Their execution after halftime has been excellent, making their first 4.
Clarkson up top. It's stolen. Outside Giddey. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Basket counts.
And nice work by Clarkson, picking up the wide-open guy. He scans the floor and sees the opportunity.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake him. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. Back to you.
You love that confidence. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. And it's Giddey off the drive. And Gonzalez gets it to go.
They are shooting the lights out and doing a good job of maintaining this lead.
Pass to Bona. Now here's Clarkson. Down low. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Hornets got 4 points now in the quarter.
An efficient facilitator, Clarkson gets the ball to the right guy. And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
For three, Maxey. He buries it from three. Maxey's got his second bucket of the night.
The pure shooting stroke of Maxey, gifted at draining it from outside the arc.
Pass to Brown. And it's Bona with a rebound. 76ers trail by 3. On the attack, Oubre. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. So both teams changing it up here. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter here. RJ, it was a wild year in Philadelphia. They used 30 players last season.
Third most.
Brown! Oh, my goodness!
Come on, Jalen. That's just ridiculous.
76ers trail by 3. Maxey with it. Picked up by Tatum. Pass to Gay. And the call will be against Derek White. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Clarkson. No points so far. Here's Gay. Just 5 on the clock.
He saw the pass coming a mile away. Was perfectly positioned to intercept it.
Here's Okporti. Pass to Gonzalez. And here's Tatum. Rebound by Philadelphia. And at home for the next game, it'll be Charlotte pulling in to face them. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Celtics. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Pass to Okporti. Here's Gonzalez. Embiid covers. And here's Brown for 3. Gay with a rebound. 76ers trail by 3. Here's Edwards. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Pritchard surviving the D. Here's Garza. And so it's Josh Giddey making highlights for the Celtics. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. We'll be right back with you shortly.
42.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. The Celtics with the lead. JB off the bounce. And Brown with the stuff.
Carving up the defenders like a surgeon. Brown is gifted at getting all the way to the rim.
Here's Edgecombe. Won't go. And that makes him 5 for 8. Outside Giddey.
Sixers foul. Edgecombe. First personal foul. First team foul.
Off the inbound. Here's Tatum. Nice look inside from Tatum.
Look, this dude is well built, man. He's a specimen. He's 6'8". Look, he's going to score inside if he gets that close.
And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Edgecombe. Tries a 3 off the inbound.
Sixers foul. Edwards. First personal foul. Second team foul.
60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. Here's Giddey to the left side wing. Outside Tatum. And stolen by Edwards.
You have to be careful. When you're throwing a cross-court pass, you really have to be quick and accurate.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Boston.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And we can't forget about how ferocious they've been cutting to the rim, just going right at defenders and finding ways to finish.
We've played just over a minute here in the fourth. Driving to the basket. Tatum. And he banks in the layup. Tatum's got his first bucket in this one.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Pass to McGowens. Tatum pulls it in. Boston leading by 5. Now here's Tatum. And stolen by Edwards. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Now here's Grimes. He's guarded by White. Pass to Edgecombe. Clock at 6. Philadelphia needs to get off a shot. Edwards can't hit.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Grimes' shot is off. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Sinks the tray.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
To the inside. Inside. White gets it to go.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I had a chance to find out what Nick Nurse was discussing with his players. He told his guys to, quote, turn it up, going on to say, only way we get out of this hole is with effort, incredible effort. So show me what you can do out there. It's a big ask, but we'll see what happens. Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now the pass to Brogdon. Cleared away by Embiid. 76ers trail by 12. George. And he can't stop the run as that misses. And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Outside Brogdon. Outside Pritchard. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So it's Philadelphia now. Embiid fires. Misses the 3.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Now the pass to Brogdon. It's stolen by Maxey. Here's the break. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Embiid. Clarkson, the triple drop.
The three-point shot of Clarkson runs hot and cold, but boy, when it's on, oh, Jordan's so difficult to stop.
And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And with the new two-day format for the NBA draft, some executives complain, Grant, saying it helps out the disorganized teams.
Well, those teams could be in trouble regardless. With the push for parity, the league might not mind giving them some extra time to process during the draft.
Screen by Embiid. And the call will be against Peyton Pritchard. That's his first foul of the game.
Third team foul. 76ers substitution.
1:11 left in the final quarter. Now Oubre. 6 to shoot. Count it! Blocking is the call. This could be a three-point play.
You can tell Maxey enjoys moving the ball. He likes setting up other guys.
Boston leading by 6. Oh, it's stolen. Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia.
Edgecombe showing his maturity. Gets them the big bucket when they need it most.
Now the pass to Brogdon. He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5. And so he drops them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Huge free throws there to pad the lead. Trying to close that door.
Maxey! Booyah! He sinks the triple.
Maxey attacked without any hesitation. I love the confidence from the young fella.
Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A. The clock is theirs to burn.
6 on the shot clock. Oh, he can't jam it home.
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
That's their only option. They have to get a good look from deep here.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
Making no mistakes and putting some extra nails in the coffin right here. That pretty much good.
And Philadelphia calls time here. There's 6 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
From deep three-point range. Shot's no good. And so it's Boston with the W. I'm sure they would have...
In the trenches, but so poised. I realize the emptiest of minds make the most noise. We dope boys.
Tell me.